Hello everyone! I'm back with another redesign video, and today I'm redesigning my OC Cyrus. He's like probably one of my oldest OCs. I feel like older than my main four. Like in one of my my first stories, I feel like he existed before them, I'm pretty sure. Same with Callius. Like Callius and Cyrus have coexisted together probably longer than any of my OCs, I want to say, maybe besides Elias, but I'm not sure. This is a long time coming, guys. Like, I hope by the end of this video I can really feel confident about his design, because last year I also tried to redesign him and it just did not go well. I don't know, something about Cyrus, I just can't, like, I can never commit to a design. And it's not because I don't like the designs I make for him, it just doesn't feel like him. And that's what I'm kind of scared about, like what's gonna happen in this redesign video, but let's see. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, starting this redesign, I just started sketching out like almost any type of thing that I was thinking about in correlation to him, like things I wanted to include and all that. I think a difficulty I have with his design is that he's like an animal, or he is like part animal, and he can like transform-ish. I don't even know. Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, this is why it's so hard to design him, because he's a part of a fantasy world, and I don't really want him to be based off of any animal that exists in the real world. So I kind of want to create my own. And basically, with his story, without spoiling too much about it, his race is like hunted for like their fur, or just like something about their animal parts they're hunted for, right? So I need him, like, I need that part to look unique enough for it to be worth hunting in my mind. That sounds so bad, but like, you know, if I think about it in that way, like I have to think about how unique this race is, that people are always looking for them and trying, like they're so sought after in a bad way, you know. So like I do have to consider that possibility, and every time I've designed him, he's been a weird mix of like a lynx, some weird, I don't know, he's been a mix of like a lynx and a wolf or something like that. Like, I don't know, guys, he just transforms a lot. Every time I draw him, he never looks the same, and it's horrible, and I need to like make it more consistent for myself especially. But I also don't want his design to be too hard, that like I just can't draw it consistently for like a comic type style. So I have to keep that in mind. But yeah. And another thing is, yeah, so mainly on this page I'm just like dumping ideas down. Like, what do I want him to look like, things I want to keep, and just like any type of idea I had in my mind when it comes to like Cyrus. Like, when I think about my OC, what do I see? You know, and I just dump it down. It's just all sketches, and it's really it's really bad. This is where it's like I was trying to get out of an art block when I was drawing this, because it's not even like I was in an art block, it was just like I was in a Cyrus block. Like, I couldn't redesign him. I didn't know where to start. So I was just kind of doing anything. Like, I was just trying to do something to at least create a stepping stone. So yeah, that was my main thing at this point. Yeah, and then after this stage, I started working on more refined ideas where I would color in and choose like kind of like his color scheme. I already have an idea of like what he basically looks like in my head, and like based on other designs I've drawn of him in the past, like I wanted to keep it consistent, you know, because I feel like at this rate, like the way he looks is like pretty kind of set in stone. It's mostly like his hair. I just never know what to do with his hair, and I don't know how old I want him to look necessarily. Like, they're both adults. Like, these two characters, Callius and Cyrus, they're both in a fantasy world, and they're the main characters of my story. And they're both like pretty old, but like I'm just thinking, like, how old do I want him to look, you know? So yeah, that was something to keep in mind. Like, do I want him to have like stubble and stuff like that, because that really ages my characters. So I was thinking about that, and honestly I might need opinions on that, because I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I'll see. Anyway, so at this point I was just kind of narrowing what I really wanted his design to look like. Yeah, just things like that, and just like focusing on his design, his like animal features. How do I want him to present himself, kind of, to the outside world? So at first I was thinking of this design with a mask, um but I didn't know how to make that work with his animal ears, and I didn't really like I liked the idea, I just didn't think it felt like him. So I kind of scrapped it, but I did like the idea. Like, it brought me somewhere further than I was just sketching a bunch of ideas out. So from that, I made a new canvas and I started working, just like drawing out. And then I started getting to the point where it was like the hair, and I played with so many options, guys. I have so many different variations of this. And it was so rough, guys. But I think I got it to a point where I'm like pretty satisfied, at least with like the back portion of his hair. I'm pretty satisfied with it. The front pieces, I don't know yet. um but don't worry, because I'll lead into the next part where I start drawing him a bunch of times, like trying out what I like, what feels like him. Because it's weird, because like sometimes the sketches don't feel like him, but the colored version, like when I was started coloring him with like certain front piece designs for his hair, it felt like him, but not like when it was unsketched. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want something that feels like him no matter what. So I was still playing with stuff. Anyway, I really like this sketch that I'm showing you guys right now that I'm finishing, where I colored it in. Well, I don't know if I can call it a sketch. It's like a finished piece, basically. But I was really proud of how it turned out. Anyway, but yeah, from here, I just started working on more like sketchy, quick, like, oh, like, can I draw this multiple times and does it feel like him? Like, what can be changed? And yeah, so basically from here till then, I'm just like practicing, like, oh, can I actually draw Cyrus like this multiple times? Because that was something that I had trouble with in my previous designs of him, where I could never draw it consistent and it never really felt like him, right? So if I like this design, let's see how I can carry it on in like practically, like in comics and stuff like that. Like, how much can I draw him, and like, do I actually feel like it fits him? Anyway, back to things that I want to have known. Like, I feel like one part that I know about the animal features is that like this race all has like yellow or golden eyes. So I need to include that. For the other features, no clue. No clue. I'll figure it out. Anyway, another thing within this story is that everyone that gets magic has to go under like a specific type of I don't want to spoil it, but it's just like my magic system requires certain things to be met. And basically, you know who has magic by a symbol that appears on them. Usually it's on the face or around the face, like near the face, something like that, you know? So I need to design that as well, since I'm not sure where I want it to be placed, but I know it needs to be there. But yeah, besides that, I'm just drawing, seeing where the wind takes me. Okay, so one thing about Cyrus's character is that he has the ability to transform, I think. Like, I'm not sure if I want that to be an actual thing or not, because I do want most of his design to stay within his normal form. So I'm not sure if I even want them to transform. Like, I feel like I would want them to just be hunted for like the race they are, and they are like half animal anyway without transforming. So I don't know if I see a need for them to have a different form, but like, I have an interesting idea if I did do that, you know? So I'm kind of like in between a lot of different things in his story, where I just don't exactly know how crazy I want his like race to be, I guess. But for the main part, I think like most of the designs that I'm going to show in this video especially are just on his main form. But I will show you guys like sketches from last year where I was showing like mid transition of his like design and stuff like that, so you guys can like get the idea of what I mean, because I don't even think it would be like a full transfer. I don't even know. Like, this is what I'm saying, like, I just don't know of his character. Anyway, whatever. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys like the redesign process that I showed, and how he looks redesigned. I will say, I think this is the closest I've gotten to how I imagine him in my head. And honestly, I really like it. I still feel like I'm so in between a lot of options, like his hairstyle and like the markings on his face. I just don't know. Like, I think I'm just gonna be like always torn about his design, but it is what it is. But yeah, hope you guys like this video. See you guys next time. Bye.